Hello crochet friends, I'd like to invite you to make a star with me. This is a very common crochet clustered 5-point star and I'm going to make one with you. We're going to start with a magic ring and then create 5 3-double crochet sets, join together and then create 3 double crochets, no chains, a 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet into the chain 2 from below for 5 little points, join again and then start with 4 double crochets, a single crochet, 4 double crochets, a little picot, 4 double crochets, chain 1, repeat 5 times and have ourselves a little twinkle star. So what you'd need for this is any yarn of your choice. I am using Kismet's Lollipop Twinkle. It's a DK yarn with a 4mm hook. You'll also need a scissors and a needle to sew it at the end. So let's begin. All the stitches that I'm referring to today are using US terminology, and I'm just showing you how I create mine, but you are welcome to use whichever method you are comfortable with for many of the stitches that we are going to share today. The first starting point is I'm going to make a double magic ring. So I wrap my yarn like this twice around my fingers, parallel, and this third one I wrap around and cross at the top. Grab that working yarn, pull it through those loops and chain 1. And then I let go of everything. And as I've let it go, I just hold on to it like this and start my double crochets with a faux double crochet. You're welcome to chain 2 or chain 3, however you prefer your double crochets to start around. I just pull up my working yarn, hold on to the yarn at the top of the hook, wrap it around, go into the ring, grab my working yarn, pull it through, and then complete my double crochet. If I don't pull too tight, I'm a little bit eager. And then we continue making 2 double crochets, chain 2, and another 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. And we have 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and we want 5 of these sets of 3. So chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little sets of 3 double crochet with chain 2 in between. Now at this stage I'm going to stop holding my working yarn and I'm going to close my magic ring. Now I've learned from the way that I wrap it, my strings parallel, that I know if I pull on this back tail, it's going to be the correct tail to pull in. But if you're not sure, you can tug on your yarn tail and see which one goes in, which is this back one. So I'm going to pull the back one in, and then the little tail end, and we're all cinched up. Now the way I like to join my projects is not with a slip stitch. I'm going to join, because we've used only chain 2s here, I'm going to join with a single crochet. So in the top of your standing double crochet, or in the top of your chain if you use chains, I'm going to just single crochet, and that sets me up nicely for the next round right in the middle. So again, I'm going to start with my faux double crochet, and into that little space there I'm going to crochet 3 double crochets. And in essence, for this point, we've only completed half of it. Now, without chaining any chains, I'm going to go straight into the next space, chain 2 space, with 3 double crochets. These are 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and into that same chain 2 space, another 3 double crochets. And that is what we will repeat for each chain 2 space going around. 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So no chain spaces in between the 2 points. We'll put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and another 3 double crochets. And we need to repeat that another 2 times. So with no chaining in between the points, we'll put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. No chaining in between the points, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and another 3 double crochets into that same chain 2 space. And round 2 is almost complete. So to finish off this last point, no chaining in between, we are going to put our last 3 double crochets, and then the same as the previous round, I'm going to join with a single crochet. So into the top of your double crochet, or if you chained 3 or 2 on the top of those stitches, pull up a loop and single crochet. This is actually a cute size to use for bunting. You could make a whole string of them and line them up on a mantle or an archway or a doorway. So onto the last round. I'm going to start with my wrapped double crochet into that space, and this time I'm going to crochet 4 double crochets all into that same space. And this time, because there's a bigger gap to fill, we're going to single crochet in between the points. So right in the middle there, we're going to single crochet, and then into our chain 2 space at the top here, 4 double crochet. Now you can also just chain 2 or 3 and then put 4 double crochet into your chain 2 space. But to create just a little bit of interest at the end of the point, I like to chain 2 and then to the top of that double crochet there, that front stitch and that front leg, I just slip stitch and then wrap my yarn and get ready to do 4 double crochets into that chain 2 space. And that's what we have. So again, there's a big space to jump over here, so we are going to single crochet in between our points like that, and now we are ready to put 4 double crochets into the chain 2 space. There we go, and another little picot where I chain 2, and then into the top of the double crochet, that front loop and the first leg, I just slip stitch, wrap my yarn and finish off this point with 4 double crochet. We have 2 completed. We need to complete another 2. So to brace the space in between here, we are going to single crochet in between those and then 4 double crochet, chain 2 and slip stitch to the top for a little picot, wrap our yarn and finish this chain 2 space with 4 double crochet. One more to complete, single crochet in between our 4 double crochets into the chain 2 space, a soft picot, chain 2, slip stitch to that top, wrap our yarn and complete our 4 double crochets on the other side. And we are almost complete. So finishing with a single crochet in between that space and 4 double crochet where we started. 2, 3 and 4. And then our last soft picot, chain 2, slip stitch to the top. Now you could just slip stitch and end off there, but at this point I actually cut my yarn. And to know how much to have left for sewing, the way I wrap my yarn, I'll turn my project over, and where my yarn wraps around here is where I'll cut and pull this through. And there we have our star. We just need to close it up. So we'll thread this tail piece and do your needle join. So skipping my beginning double crochet, I'll go into the one right next to it. Then catch the top of that stitch over there, out through the back, and there we have our 5-pointed twinkle star. So to finish off, we just have these 2 ends to sew in. To secure them, which is your usual 3 times back and forth. Remember to pierce your fibers. Come back in the other direction. Usually if I can pull and I'm not pulling any of the stitches in, I know I've really got the fibers, got hold of those fibers, and it's not going to come undone. But I will just pierce this one more time and bring the yarn tail out this side. And then I'll also just tidy up the tail from the center, going in, piercing that row below. Tiny little back stitch, piercing fibers as I go. And cut off these yarn tails. And there we have our twinkle star. I hope you enjoyed. You can add whichever tassel you want, perhaps the same colored yarn, perhaps different colored yarn, or some twine, or crochet yourself a long chain and join them all at the top and use it as a bunting. However you enjoy your project that you have completed, I wish you lots of love and light and happy crocheting. Until next time, bye-bye.